Hello friends, it's Andrea and welcome back to my channel. I am here with a Christmas in July video for the Creative Design Team's collab this month. I'm not kicking it off for a change. Chelsea did that yesterday over on her channel. So here is my video. I want to capture these memories in minutes here. And I think the best way to do that is using a sketch. So I have these photos that you'll see from a little trip that Katie and I took. And these were actually taken early in January of this year. So it was after Christmas, but they're still Christmas memories because we were in front of trees and we were in front of great big baubles, as Janice would call them, or ornaments that changed colors. I just love these photos and I wanted to get them in my scrapbook quickly. I have pulled out a sketch from our Creative Design Team 12 by 12 volume 3 sketchbook here. And this one works with a lot of 6 by 6 papers. However, you don't have to just exclusively use 6 by 6 because, of course, 12 by 12 can get cut down into 4 6 by 6 pieces. So I loved this sketch because it used a lot of little pieces. It had lots of photos on it, fit the photos that I had here. And I think this is going to help me get these memories down onto my pages really quickly. Now you might also notice I'm missing like a little corner out of here. I am using some real red cardstock from Stampin' Up. That is probably 20 years old. I have a drawer full of it. Forgot that it used to be 11 7/8 by 11 7/8. So when I started cutting my photo mats, I ended up having a little piece right there, but not to worry because I'm going to use this photo right here and it's going to be covered by embellishments. Also, I just wanted to show you the versatility of these sketchbooks. This one looks very Hawaiian in nature with the little placeholder embellishments of these little florals here, but we're going to turn it into Christmas, like I said. So let me show you the papers that I'm thinking of using. I am going stash diving for this one. And I first thought I would try to use up some of this a little bit festive. This immediately came to mind because of the blues. We've got a lot of blues here. And I didn't have quite enough of any others to get some 6 by 6 pieces, but there are some good options here because I think some of these can make little banners for our trees. One of these, oh look, there's red patterns on the back and that would be perfect. So we might use some of those. We've got a ton of ephemera here. That was from the punch out sheets. I also thought that if I needed to, I could delve deep into this. It's Take a Bow 6 by 6 designer series paper, and it had a lot of good reds and greens in it. So I thought that that might pair well too, so I can get some true 6 by 6 squares. We might be able to get away with using some of this Sentimental Christmas. There was a sheet or two here that I really liked, and the one that I particularly liked was this Christmas tree paper. I think it would still go okay with some of these other patterns here. Let me just hold that up. And I felt like that would be a great fit. I just don't want to use entire background sheets of this because it's a little busy. Some of the others that were in this paper pack were, you've got these really pretty blue-green trees. It's got like a candy ribbon here. Some little boughs. I think it has some stockings if I'm not mistaken. But it's cute, but I really do think the trees fit it best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of all of these different elements and we are going to make our layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of these down according to my sketch, and then we'll just come back and arrange them, and we will pull embellishments possibly out of the Sentimental Christmas punch outs that I have here or the little bit of festive, and we'll just make little clusters. It'll be fun. This layout's going to come together in a snap. I believe the hardest part is always picking out which papers. So let me go over where I got each of these little sheets here. And you'll see that I've got mirror copies on both sides. I like keeping that consistency. So I brought in a piece of that Sentimental Christmas. You might remember this gingham. This was from A Little Bit Festive. And as it turns out, I just thought it was a little too bold of a choice. I did, however, like this side a little bit better. I think this might be called like a herringbone. What I loved about it is that it kind of played off with some of the blue-green here, and it gave me just a touch of the darker blue. I liked that. It went well with my photos. And I thought that that was just the right balance. Then I have a square that came from that little 6x6 paper pack, and that one was called Take a Bow. Got one of those. And then this also came from that little Bit Festive, and decided that although there was a lot of Christmas balls in my photos, I liked this side a little better. So what I did was I just made sure that I lined these up pretty well and gave them a trim. Now, when I start one of these layouts, I always look to see where something touches the edge. So in this case, these two sheets right here, these little pieces touch the edge. So I'm going to just adhere those down. So that looks about right. I'm just referring back to my sketch that's off my table. Now make sure that your pages are lined up against each other. And like I said, line up that pattern because I think that that is really important. So that looks pretty good. So that's my starting point. And like I said, I've left this so I can slide underneath. I'm gonna go with the blue. So let's see if I can't sneak this up here. And it looks like this one, it doesn't really matter if it goes under or over because it's gonna be covered by photos in the middle. So we're just gonna put this up here. I'm gonna go about a ½ inch from this edge and down about an inch at the top. Let's keep working on this one while we have the opportunity. I think that I want to keep this. Yeah, this is going to have to go right about there. And you know, I should be lifting this piece to sneak this one underneath, but we're just going to make it opposite. So I don't have to lift anything up. I'm going to go probably about 3/4 of an inch in from the right edge. And I'm going to go down about so. It'll all work out in the end, even if it's not exactly placed like the sketch. And then this one, this is the one that I said is going to have to do some sliding. That's why we left that side open. And I think that that's going to work pretty well. So again, probably 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. And there we go. I love this little weaving of patterns. I like that we've got the more busy pattern with icons, and then we've got just pattern, and more pattern, more subtle pattern. I think that that works well just to have one wow paper. The rest of them are pretty nice looking, but they're not wow papers in my opinion. Okay, so this one I'm going to put up top this time, and I'm just going to keep my papers lined up a bit. And this one is going to go down below the height of this one. We're going to come in, oh, it looks like about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, and maybe about there. So we've got 2 landed on this side. Now it comes time for this blue piece. I'm going to continue to run those up and down kind of. This one is going to overlap this piece just a tiny bit. And you know what? I'm going to put these next to each other. I'm going to try to keep this about the same height as the green on that side. And that leaves me with this beautiful piece. Looks like this one is down just a tiny bit below where this one is. And it's probably about a ½ inch in from the left edge. Even if yours don't match up, just make sure that the most important parts, like this pattern, are continuous. And everything else, it's okay if they're off 1/4 of an inch or ½ inch. You can compensate for any of this. Next, I'm going to try to lay out my photos. I think it just kind of moves your eye across. You got 1, 2, 3 at the same height, and the 2 right there at the same height. Pretty good design so far. And then I went into my punch outs to see what I had. I also have lots of little tiny banner pieces that I need to include on the layout. So I dove into that little bit of festive. Again, you might notice that some of these, this was a punch out there. And then there's little pieces of the paper that I was able to sneak. And we're just going to create a whole bunch of banners. So I think I have like 6 banner pieces to just trim down into dovetails. So they're all right here. Got like ones here that are about the same size. Pretty close. I'm going to turn that over so I can see on the back side and not get mixed up by the moving pattern on the front. I'm going to snip up about a ½ inch. I'm going to make the corner meet the middle. I just point my scissors where I need it to go. And I've got some good dovetails there. So we've got 3 dovetails done at once. One is going to go there. One is going over here. And then this one is going to go right here. We're going to tuck that in. And then we've got 3 of the same size here. And I'm going to keep it all to that pretty pattern because we've got the green trees going the wrong way on the back here. So again, I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going up about maybe just a little bit less than 1/2 inch here now. Make sure those are stacked up nice and straight. Probably about 3/8 of an inch. Just decide how high up you want your little V to go. Sometimes I keep them a little narrower. Sometimes they're a little more pointy. So 1, 2, and 3. And what's nice about that is that all of these banner pieces, those 3 at least, match. All that I need to do is tack these down flush. I brought in a lot of punch outs from that Little Bit Festive. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this big frame. It's supposed to be a frame, but we're going to just put it up here. I think I need to save a little room. I'm hoping I have a title that'll go up there. Hopefully it'll fit. Let's see what happens. It's so scary to commit sometimes, right? And I have a couple of floating little pieces that are supposed to go right up here as well. It's supposed to make part of my cluster. I want to make sure that I leave room for the title up here, so I'm not going to adhere those down there on foam tape. That's the first bit of dimension that we're bringing in, are these little doodads from our Little Bit Festive. So let's get this stuck up here. I think that this was a good fit because it was a long space. Put that right there. And then I found 1 bow and I went ahead. This is all on foam tape as well. So I just foam taped the outside so that I could pop this little one up. And I think that was the perfect little topper for this cluster of 3 ornaments. I have another ornament here, and this one I was going to put right about there. I didn't have any more red bows from that collection, but what I found was that when I was going into the sheets, I went ahead and I looked. This was all in with my Sentimental Christmas. It was a whole bunch of ephemera that you were able to punch out, and I believe it was a separate set that I bought independently of the Sentimental Christmas paper pack. And I love this little tag. We're supposed to have journaling down here in the corner. So what better way to journal than to just put a little tag? And now I could write the details down on here. And you know what? I'm going to keep it in line with this green here and with the edge over here. I like it because it has the same soft blues and greens and the same reds. It's very pretty. And then I was looking and I found some toppers, some bows here that I thought might be pretty, because I needed another bow here and there. So we've got that one, and we've got a beautiful green one here. We also have some blue ones. That blue one might really pop too. Let's look at that. Yeah, I think that's a good way to use this. So once again, I'm going to just put some foam tape on the outer edges here. I like continuing the same elements over and over again. There was so much that I could have included, but I just thought it looked really pretty with the repeating ornaments. And even in the wreath here, it was repeating ornaments. I just like that. I thought it was something that we really needed. So this will most likely go on to one of these ornaments, and then we'll have the blue bow, the second blue bow, or we've got a green bow here we can switch in, and that should finish this up. Let's look at titles. Now again, love Stampin' Up. I love all of the different papers. I love how things match. Sometimes we're a little weak in the good title department. I am going to stash dive, and I'm sure you have things in your stash. So this was a set of compliments. This was Oh What Fun. And I'm going to pull in the Wonderful title here. I think that that might fit really nicely up there. So I'm just going to gently punch this out. Our title is all punched out, and that gave me a little work. And I'm going to bring in my old Spectrum Noir metallic paint marker. This is the liquid gold, and I'm bringing in the 4mm tip. It's the thicker. And I've just got a piece of cardboard down here, and I'm going to just color the chipboard a little bit, and I'm going to turn that gold. I brought our layout back into frame. I finished coloring the word wonderful with our Spectrum Noir marker. I love the paint markers. This is my preferred method. Quick, easy, and you're done. So I'm going to just line this up. I'm using I'm using the latter half of the word. I'm leaving the W off for a second because I want to arrange that first. I want to have the word, the L, end before the green is out. I didn't want it touching the side of the paper. And now I'm going to just adhere down the W as well. And I like the way that looks. I could have left it white, but I just feel like the gold just raised the elegance a little bit, and it picks up some of the gold accents that we have in just a few places. A little bit of embossing here and there. And now there's the matter of the 2 ornaments. So I got to decide if I want to place them on the wreath. And I feel like if I put it there, it's getting too close to that ornament over there. So that's probably a really good arrangement. I like that. Let's just stick that down. And we've got one more. Let's put that right about there. Like the placement. You can always adhere these. I put the foam tape. Let's just peel that off. You can put a little more glue right on the top of the ornament topper if that works better for you. And not worry about the foam tape, but the foam tape, I think, makes it look pretty. And now I'm just thinking about, can I add a last minute embellishment or something? And why not? There's always room for improvement. So I'm going to dig into my stash once again. I've got more of these peppermint, real red and white adhesive backed peppermints. These are from my stash from last year. And I've got them, so let's use them. And I like that because now I have my 3 sets of 3 of the bling. We have our 3 big embellishment clusters. And didn't this layout just come together magnificently? It was so quick to put together with the help of that sketch. There wasn't a lot of paper cutting. The only thing that I really had to cut were my little banner pieces. And I think that those look kind of cute on the layout. You can kind of curve some of those up to give them a little more dimension. I think that would be kind of pretty. Of course, they're going to get flattened in my album, but for now, I love seeing just a little bit of dimension. I've got a spot down here below these little banner pieces right here that I can do a little journaling. I don't need much journaling for this, but just enough. And what a cute little layout. Let me lift this up into the light for you to see. Look at how pretty that gold worked on that title. Don't be afraid to change out the colors of your titles by just coloring over them, and then use your embellishments. This was a 100% love your stash layout. And this way I don't feel so guilty when I start looking at the new things that Stampin' Up will bring out in probably, I think September is the next release. And so hopefully we get more Christmas stuff then. But for now, at least, I put a dent in what I already own. And that is really important to me, to love my stash and pare it down a little bit. Tomorrow we'll have another video for you in the design team collab here. And Erin will be up next. So check out her layout as well. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and have a creative day.